Hello everyone, this is Andrew at Crown Academy of English. Today we are doing a listening exercise and the subject is emergency. So let's start. So we will start the lesson with some new vocabulary. So there are two new words which I will explain to you before we start. Then I will give you the questions that I would like you to answer. Then you will listen to the article, and the article is called Emergency, and you will have the opportunity to answer the questions. And finally, I will give you the correct answers to those questions, and then you will listen one last time with the transcript on the screen. Okay? So let's start with the vocabulary. The first word is paramedic. Paramedic. This is a noun. And here is the IPA transcription. Paramedic. And the meaning is, well, a paramedic is a person who is trained to do medical work during an emergency. Okay, so they are medical professionals. But they are not doctors or nurses, okay? But they are qualified to do medical work, to treat patients during an emergency, but they are not doctors or nurses. So here is an example. Here are two paramedics. Okay, so they often work in an ambulance. Okay, so here are two paramedics helping a patient. The second word is an expression, to call 999. So it's an expression. Here is the IPA transcription, call 999. So we say each number individually. And in fact, this means to telephone the emergency services for help. To telephone the emergency services for help. So the emergency services, there are three. The first one is police. Then there is the fire service. And there is an ambulance service. Okay, so when there is an accident, for example, and somebody needs help from the emergency services, then they call the 999. So this is the telephone number, in fact. And this is the telephone number in England and the United Kingdom. Okay, but in America, then they call a different number. They call 911. Okay, so here is the IPA transcription. Call 911. And it's the same system. It's exactly the same situation. But the number is different. Example, there's a fire. Please call 999. Okay? The questions. Question 1. What was Mr. Segadelli's injury? Question 2. How did the other players keep him warm? Question 3. What was he doing when the paramedics arrived? What was he doing when the paramedics arrived? Question 4. Mr. Segadelli panicked because they said that he might... And there are three missing words. So I want you to listen and to tell me what are the three missing words. and you write them here. Question 5. What does Mr. Segadelli want? Okay, so those are the 5 questions that I would like you to answer. I am now going to play you the article and you can answer the questions. So I'm going to play you the article now. A rugby player who broke his leg during a match in Swansea last Saturday had to wait 3 hours for an ambulance to arrive. The other players immediately called 999 when they saw that Mr. Segadelli had broken his leg in a bad tackle. They covered him with blankets to keep him warm after they were advised not to move him. When the paramedics finally arrived 3 hours later, Mr. Segadelli was shivering. He panicked because they said he might lose his foot. He was given morphine for the pain and later had an operation to put pins in his leg. The Welsh Ambulance Service has launched an inquiry to find out exactly what happened. Mr. Segadelli said that he wants an apology. Okay, so that is the end of the article. And if you need more time, then as always, click here on the screen and you will go back and listen again, or just wait a few seconds and then I will give you the answers. Okay, let's carry on and I will give you the answers. So question 1, I asked, what was Mr. Segadelli's injury? Well, the answer is a broken leg. He had a broken leg, or he broke his leg. Question 2, I asked, how did the other players keep him warm? The answer is they covered him with blankets. They covered him with blankets. So what is a blanket? Well, here is a blanket. Okay, you can see it is a cover that we put on a bed. It is a noun, and here is the pronunciation: blanket. And here is the definition again. So it is a cover on a bed to keep us warm. Question 3, I asked, what was he doing when the paramedics arrived? The answer is he was shivering. He was shivering. So this is probably a new word for you. To shiver is a verb. Here is the IPA transcript, shiver, and it means to shake when we are very cold. So when we are very cold, our body, it moves a little bit, it trembles, it shakes. Example, she is shivering. She is shivering. Question 4, I asked you to complete the 3 missing words. Well, the answer is Mr. Segadelli panicked because they said that he might lose his foot. Lose his foot. Okay? And finally, question 5, I asked, what does Mr. Segadelli want? Well, the answer is an apology. An apology. So this means that Mr. Segadelli, he wanted the ambulance service to say sorry. Okay, so when we say sorry to somebody, we make an apology, or we give an apology. Okay, so that's what Mr. Segadelli wanted. Okay. So now I am going to put the transcript of the article on the screen for you. Here it is. And I'm going to play you the article one last time. So get ready. I'm going to play it for you now. A rugby player who broke his leg during a match in Swansea last Saturday had to wait 3 hours for an ambulance to arrive. The other players immediately called 999 when they saw that Mr. Segadelli had broken his leg in a bad tackle. They covered him with blankets to keep him warm after they were advised not to move him. When the paramedics finally arrived 3 hours later, Mr. Segadelli was shivering. He panicked because they said he might lose his foot. He was given morphine for the pain and later had an operation to put pins in his leg. The Welsh Ambulance Service has launched an inquiry to find out exactly what happened. Mr. Segadelli said that he wants an apology. Okay, so that is the end of the article with the transcript on the screen. And that is the end of the lesson. Okay, so if you want to subscribe, then you can click here on the screen. Here is my Twitter account. And here are 3 other videos which you might be interested in. So if you want to watch one of these videos, simply click on the screen and the video will start. Okay, my name is Andrew at Crown Academy of English. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.